Welcome to Coco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, or Kocosports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to kick ass, your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. This is our weekly Impact review, also known as Destination X. Please, in the comments down below, put win, loss, or tie. We'll try to get to some live comments tonight. Hopefully we have a little bit of an audience. But please put win, loss, or tie what you thought of Destination X. We will. TNA, outside of Impact, has been making headlines like crazy with Spike TV, the drama between Spike TV and all that. We will go into the Spike TV drama after we hit up the review. So we will hit that. If you want to see about all the drama, please go to Kocosports.com. They've been doing a great job covering it. All right. Welcome to Impact Review. I'm going to go, this was a win with some complaints. And for TNA, that's good. For me, I think it's a win with some complaints. I don't know how you feel, but I was very happy with this. You know, there was one major thing, and the one major thing was, it's the infomercial that is Dixie Carter. The infomercial that is Dixie Carter. And the reason I say that is, did we really need that opening segment? Couldn't we have bumped that opening segment? I mean, what did she say that was new? What did she say? And my whole thing is, pull the Bully Ray segment, have that segment go first, bump the Dixie Carter segment, just have Dixie Carter come out with EC3, say her piece, and then you could have the finals here. Now, granted, if you were there live, one of our fellow Internet Infantry members were there live, Andy Paps, and he loved it. I think the reason you loved it more than us is because you just sat there and like 10, 15 minutes later, you get to see who wins the X Division title. For us who don't read spoilers, I try to stay away from spoilers as best I can. I was really let down. I was like, there's no new X Division champ? So wait, there was an Abyss promo, a James Storm promo, all these promos, but we couldn't get the finals of the X Division at Destination X. That was really bothersome. And Dixie really didn't say anything new. I pay for this company. This is an infomercial. Call 1-800-MONEYMARK now. So I'm really disappointed about that. I understand they want to try to get heel heat. And even if you were doing that for a live audience, let's say this was the first show of the night that night in New York, and you want to do it for a live audience, you don't have to air that. You could put the finals in. I don't know. It bugged me a lot. Especially I was like, wait, next week we see the finals? Because next week looks amazing. But to me, once you say, oh, wow, next week looks amazing, then why did you have pay-per-view quality? It's like, oh, this is Destination X, it's a pay-per-view. You're going to see the finals next week. I don't know. As a fan, I was a little disappointed. But then there's a part of me that's a little bit of a nice guy. I'm like, that's free, Dave. Shut the fuck up. But still, I wish Destination X felt a little special. And I got to turn off Facebook because it keeps going. Beep, 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 beep. All right, there you go. I apologize for Facebook. Stupid Facebook. All right. So, yeah. So, like I said down in the comments, put win, loss, or tie. Let's break this down match by match, segment by segment. We already broke down the Dixie Carter segment. There's not really much to say about it, except it was an infomercial. The Wolves defeated the Hardies to retain their TNA Tag Team Championship. Davey Richards with elevated backstabber on Matt Hardy. Now, listen, a lot of people on YouTube come on and talk shit. And then when they're proven wrong or when they say something wrong, they just disappear and hide it or pretend they never said it. There's a lot of people on YouTube. They'll be like, oh, fuck, I said this was going to happen. I said this was going to happen. And, you know, sometimes you have to man up and say you were completely wrong. And now I'm going to do that. I'm going to man up. I am a Hardy hater. I hate Jeff Hardy. I hate Matt Hardy. I just do not like the Hardy brothers. Not at all. Even Dan Hardy out of the UK. I'm just kidding. Dan Hardy is awesome. But I do not like the Hardy brothers. I think the main reason I don't like them is because I like X Division, Cruiserweight, Pro Wrest, Lucha style. And people are like, oh, so you must like the Hardys. And, like, it fucking burns my fucking buns more than anything. Like, are you fucking for real? For real? That's... Oh, man. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the Hardys at all. With that said, what an amazing match by the Hardies and the Wolves. I did not expect the Hardies to hold their own. I did not expect a good match. I enjoyed it tremendously, and you know what? Even if you are a hater of something, you have to admit when something is good. You know, you got to be realistic, and the Hardys were amazing. The Wolves defeated the Hardies. They are advertising for next time in New York, the Wolves versus the Hardies versus Team 3D. I like this a lot because they have access right now to a lot of these legendary tag teams, and they don't really have a tag team division. So it's cool that the Wolves, you know, I hope, keep winning. It's cool they beat the Hardies. They beat Team 3D. And then while they are feuding against these legends, you can rebuild the tag team division. At least that's what I'm hoping they're doing. But yes, I was really excited. I didn't read spoilers, but you still had a really strong hunch. But the Wolves beating the Hardies, not only was I happy because the Wolves won, but I was also happy because the Hardies and the Wolves put on one hell of a great match. And then it came to the little tournament. It was three-way elimination, not elimination match, but three-way matches. Winner goes on to the next round, which we'll have to see next week. And the first one, Low Key defeats Manic and DJZ to qualify for the X Division Championship match next week. The next week thing's really fucking grinding my gears. But I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. I'll definitely tune in next week. But Low Key wins, gets a great reaction. Awesome 2 matches in a row. James Storm cuts a promo on the Great Muda. I love James Storm. I love Sonata. I love the Great Muda. With all that said, the storyline makes no sense at all. No sense at all. Hopefully Tajiri clears it up. Hopefully later on they clear it up. But to me, it's just like, I'm the most loyal student in the world. Some guy called me an asshole. Now I'm going to betray my fucking people and country. And what? It's weird. It's one of those things you're like, I love every single person in this storyline. I love the outcome. But really, what the fuck? Like, this is a rule, TNA. Okay, granted, you have some great athletes. Creative, not so much. But you have some really great athletes. And James Storm, I would love to see him fight the Great Muda. Sonata, I'd love to see him be a part of that storyline. Tajiri's going to be in the next New York City stuff, so I'm all excited. I'm even excited if James Storms comes over to Tokyo to wrestle for Muda's Wrestle 1. I'm excited about everything. But when you actually say this storyline out loud, do you just not feel ridiculous? Like, this should be a rule. This should be a rule, TNA. You ready? You have to look yourself in the mirror, say the storyline out loud, and then if you think it's a good idea, go with it. Because I'm going with, you know, sometimes you write in a hurry. You're just like, oh, okay, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Oh, my God, plot holes, let's go. Just run with it. I understand. There's stress being a writer. But sometimes you have to sit back and actually read what you wrote out loud. And James Storm is great. The Great Muda is great. Sonata's great. This storyline, not so much. But who knows? Maybe I should look past horrible storylines and just be like, wow, one day we'll see James Storm versus the Great Muda with Sonata tied in somehow. Maybe that's how I should look at it. But still, someone's getting goddamn paid. Someone says, I'm creative. I am a fucking writer. Yeah, you know what? You should have more fucking pride in that. And who knows? Maybe they'll turn this around. Maybe you'll be like, oh shit, I understand. Sonata fucking mother was killed by the Great Muda. I should have saw that coming. Maybe it's one of those situations. But it's safe to say you have no idea where this is going. It's safe to say. And even if you do know where it's going, there's going to be plot holes along the way. So I'm glad that this feud is happening, but at the same time, you know, before you put this on air on Spike TV, just read it out loud. Just read it out loud. Matter of fact, read it out loud to someone else. Be like, hey, Bob, what do you think of this storyline? And if someone goes, no, it's just not going to happen. No, that's horrible. Maybe you should listen. But anyway, horrible storyline. Looking forward to where it goes. And I guess people could be like, super TNA fans would be like, well, then he did its job, right? No, because you could be like, James Storm, Great Muda, no storyline, go. So sometimes maybe no storyline is better than a storyline that's like, what the fuck is this shit? Speaking of our boy Sonata, he defeats Crazy Steve and Brian Cage. Wow, what a fucking weird one. You got Low Key, Manic, DJ Z, Tiger Una, Homicide, Samoa Joe, and Crazy Steve, Brian Cage. All right, this is pretty much a bye for Sonata. Like, Sonata, we like you. We like Wrestle One. Here's a free buy. You know, if I would be pissed off if I was Samoa Joe or Low Key. I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? Are you for real? Are you for real? This is who I have to wrestle? Especially Samoa Joe. Like, Low Key's like, oh, Manic's way better than Crazy Steve and DJ Z, Brian Cage, you know. But but if you're Samoa Joe, you're just like, what the fuck just happened? I got to fight Tiger Uno and Homicide, and Sonata gets a bye? So Sonata wins with a Tiger suplex on Crazy Steve. I'm really looking forward to next week's match, so I guess that's a good thing in some ways. 8-man Extreme Hardcore Weapons War is set up for next week between Bully Ray's ECW veterans and Ethan Carter III's EC3's Extreme Army. We all know what happens, but I'll talk about that more later. So, yeah, someone on Facebook, I just shut it down. I think Zachary. If I slaughtered your name, I'm sorry. He said, what's the difference between EC Carter III and The Miz? I fucking hate The Miz. I hate EC Carter III. And granted, I don't hate The Miz or EC Carter III, but there is a difference between The Miz and EC Carter III. The Miz and EC3. All right? And the big difference is EC3 is funny. EC3 is funny. The Miz is more annoying. And The Miz is horrible as a face. I don't know how EC3 would do, but he's more of an annoying heel versus a really funny heel. And I am very anti-WWE guys coming into TNA. I just don't believe in that. Oh, for the love of God, can people stop messaging me? How do I mute this shit? Just mute it, you son of a bitch. Anyway, bam. Alright, great. That fucking loud noise was someone in chat going, I'm retarded and realized DJ Z is Zima Ion. Really, thanks. Appreciate it, Google fucking Plus. Punch you right in the fucking nuts. Anyway, where was I? So, yeah, I have no idea where the fuck I was. But yeah, so next week's match is Bully Ray's ECW Veterans versus EC3. Then you had, I thought maybe match of the night, and it made me sad, but it was a great match. Samoa Joe defeated Tiger Uno and Homicide, probably in the match of the night. I don't know. The Wolves versus the Hardies was pretty damn good. It was a close bait who we thought was match of the night. But Samoa Joe defeated Tiger Uno and Homicide to qualify, Muscle Buster to Homicide. And this made me a little bit sad because how the fuck did they get rid of Homicide? How did they get rid of LAX? They're looking. Can you imagine LAX versus the Wolves, Motor City Machine Guns? I don't know. It's so hard sometimes being an old school TNA fan. Like, there's so many TNA fans that are just complete loyalists. So fucking annoying. But how can you be a TNA fan and not fucking be sad about Homicide and fucking LAX and the Motor City Machine Guns? I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. People are like, I love TNA no matter what. I don't know. But I'm glad Samoa Joe won. I thought it was a really good match. And then Abyss challenged Bram to a Monsters Ball match next week. Alright, I'm going to have to say it. I'm going to have to say it. Fuck Abyss, dude. Abyss at one time used to be the best goddamn big man in the business. Now he's fucking worse than Kane. Oh, fuck it. Just go away, Abyss. No one gives a fuck about your Monsters Ball match, which, by the way, TNA doesn't even follow Monster Ball's rule. I'm sure all the TNA fans are like, you are so mean to TNA. I always love TNA. Don't even know the fucking rules to Monsters Ball. But he challenged Bram, and I don't give a fuck about this at all. Hopefully, next week, hopefully it's a short match. And then the main event, Option C, Austin Aries turned in his belt to take on Bobby Lashley. A really slow-paced match, but you got to expect that with Bobby Lashley. I mean, if Austin Aries was in a four-sided ring, maybe he would have done better. My body, my vote! But Bobby Lashley beats Austin Aries, and I think they need to retire Option C. Either that or next year, Option C, someone has to keep the X Division title. At one time in TNA, the X Division was just as important, if not more important, than the heavyweight title. And now it's a fucking joke. It's less than fucking Money in the Bank. and now at any time you can cash it in like Money in the Bank. It's fucking stupid. Just stop. The X Division used to be something special, and Option C, Austin Aries losing to Bobby Lashley, Option D just makes it less and less fucking special. Please, we don't need a Money in the Briefcase fucking basketball, whatever the fuck you're doing with the goddamn title. We need a goddamn X Division with a goddamn X Division champion. I have no idea how fucking they do not go up and like, you know what? That would be a better idea than Austin Aries losing to Bobby fucking Lashley. What if he just kept the title? I said, no, I'm going to rebuild the X Division. I'm going to make this title mean something. No. God forbid if we fucking rebuild something that made the company. Oh, I love TNA, but I also fucking hate it. Alright, so please in the comments put win, loss, tie, what you thought of it. Alright, let's go to some live viewers. Andy Paps! Hi, guys. I give... hold on. Boop. I do this mistake every day, but yet I still fucking hate YouTube for it. Alright, newest first. Bam. Alright, let's go. Hey, guys, Andy Paps. Hey, guys, I give Impact a win, pretty much because I was there and there were some things I didn't like. It was great for me seeing my favorite wrestlers live and then watching it at home just to give them some ratings. Yeah, and they need some ratings. I only saw TNA from 10 p.m. I give it a tie from 10 p.m. Yeah, well, the Hardies match was pretty amazing. You should go back and watch the Hardies Wolves match. Mr. The King says, my problems with this show is the main event was boring, and I couldn't believe they advertised the Dixie table through. I got automatic loss after that. Yeah, I agree and disagree. I think it's a bit different, because my whole thing is, I'm glad they got it out of the way and they showed it on air and said, oh, it's going to happen, because it was almost impossible to talk about TNA and pretend that wasn't going to happen. It leaked everywhere. I think TNA needs to go live. I do not look at spoilers. But even without looking at spoilers, you kind of knew the Hardys were going to win. You kind of knew Lashley was going to win. And without looking at spoilers, it's almost impossible to see that Dixie Carter didn't go through the table. I know they're having a television fucking nightmare right now, and we'll go into that next. They're having a television nightmare, but if I was them, I would just ask to go live. Whatever network you wind up on, which will probably most likely be Spike, I would ask to go live in New York City every Thursday and just go from there. The crowd will always be hot. It will always be good, and then I would have all your pay-per-views in a row. So I don't know. So to me, it's very, I guess, heartbreaking, because everyone knew. You know, like, someone's called me on Facebook, you thought it was never going to happen. I'm like, no, fucking, I knew it was going to happen 4 fucking weeks ago. Everyone knew. It was the spoiler that couldn't be fucking unspoiled. So, with them not being live, trying to create hype and stuff, maybe it was better that they gave it away. Maybe. Plus, they're teasing it. Plus, people that don't read the spoilers will be like, oh, I don't know, is it going to happen? I mean, maybe she wiggles out. I don't fucking know. But the thing that sucks is they dragged it on, and the spoilers were everywhere. I kind of wish they didn't drag it on. Alright, X Division made me get... Alright, maybe Storm is going to be Sonata's mouthpiece to give him a huge push, Andy Pap says. I hope so. You know, it's kind of like when 3 athletes you love are in an absolutely horrible situation, you just kind of look the other way on the bad writing. But maybe Storm is going to be Sonata's mouthpiece and give him a huge push. I hope so. It would be interesting. It's a weird mouthpiece. I mean, if you just came to me and said, who do you think would be the best mouthpiece? Would you pick James Storm? I don't know. So, yeah, hopefully it leads to great matches, great feuds, but still, a D- for fucking creative. X Division made me give it a win, and Homicide flew like a bullet doing that the suicide dive. Yeah, I have no idea what happened to Homicide and what the hell happened to all these people, but something has to happen. They gave Biss the Kane treatment, watered him down, and gave him a gay mask and costume. Yeah, it's safe to say. You know, I don't know. To me, Mr. the King, it's just he used to be one of the best of all time, and now he's just, for a big man, he used to be a great big man. Go back and watch. He did some amazing stuff, but then Hogan got his hands all on him, his feud with Sting, and fucking Hogan. Hulk fucking Hogan. You know what? I'm going to say something crazy, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say it. There has to be a huge conspiracy. There has to be. That Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff are just WWE employees the whole time and destroyed WCW and destroyed fucking TNA. They just have to be. Maybe Vince Russo is still on WWE's pay scale. It wouldn't fucking shock me. I don't know. Like, if I was like, I'm going to ruin TNA, I would do exactly what Hulk Hogan did. To be honest, I did not want Aries to win at all. Yeah, me neither. Fucking, I don't know. I fell out of love with Aries. I should have followed my heroes on Twitter. When he started bitching about my body, my vote, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of Austin Aries anymore. You know, it's just, I don't know. Never follow your heroes on Twitter, I guess. Did anyone else notice that they was sold out? That's an improvement. I remember when you said you could see the empty seats. Yeah, but also you got to remember, this is a small building in New York City. It's not that big of a building. And matter of fact, it's not even the biggest display room or fucking whatever you want to call it room, as Ring of Honor rented the bigger one and sold it out. So I'm glad. But you know what? If I was TNA, I would stay in that small arena forever. I would sell it out and turn people away. I'd rather have a small arena and turn people away and fucking build up excitement than do what the fuck TNA is doing. TNA, stay in that small-ass building in New York, run all your shows live, cancel your house shows. I mean, even if you get paid, no big excuse for Impact's house show is, well, they get paid. You know what? I could get paid to fuck a jar of mayonnaise, but that doesn't mean I should fucking do it, alright? Just get rid of house shows. Just do Impact Live every fucking week from this New York City fucking place and have all the pay-per-views overseas. You do England, Japan, and that's it. And maybe, well, Australia, you know, whatever. Fucking do your little goddamn world tour. I'm sure you could get a crowd in India. I'm sure you could get a crowd in Japan if you try hardest. You're going to have to bust your ass, though, in Japan because we get a lot of pro wrestling often. And I'm trying to think, what else? Yeah, so hopefully it fucking works out. But yeah, that's what I would do. But yeah, the smaller building, it's great, but at the same time, it is. Alright, bam, bam. Alright, let's see, any new comments? If not, I'm going to start hitting news. When Abyss had the manager, he was cool. Loved the Black Hole Slam. Yeah, and even then, like, when they were on Fox Sports News, he was really fucking awesome. He just ran down and destroyed stuff. So, yeah, Abyss used to be one of the best big men in the business. Those days are long gone. All right, so down in the comments, put win, loss, or tie. We're just going to read some headlines from Kocosports.net that have to do with TNA and the drama that's going on with Spike TV, and just a little bit of thoughts on it and all that. I did do a long video. It got a lot of views, so go check. Well, a lot of views for us. Some people on YouTube get amazing views, but they got a lot of views for us, and it was just my first reaction when we heard TMZ report Spike TV canceled TNA Impact. So here, let's hit it up. Like I did a whole video on this, so I'll keep this short. But TMZ reported Spike TV canceled TNA Impact Wrestling. Contract will expire in just 2 months. They left on good terms. That's why they're letting them shop around. That's what TMZ is reporting. So, bam. And a lot of fucking TNA fans were like, it's not canceled. They're just letting the contract run out. All right. Fucking, when you start nitpicking like that, you might as well say everything's fine, everything's okay, TNA is great. And when you do shit like that, that's why you get your 1.0 forever and no one checks it out because you have no fucking integrity and you blindly defend a fucking product. But yeah, there's a part of me. I'm going to tell you a little conspiracy theory. I wonder if they let this leak out on purpose just to fucking get excitement and people talking. Because let me tell you, just in the YouTube community alone, there are so many people that don't do Impact reviews. There are so many people that don't cover Impact's news stories. Sometimes we're like the fucking very few that do cover Impact's news and Impact's stories. I mean, you got some ones that are like, Impact is great, everything's great about Impact, nothing is wrong. But why fucking even bother listening to them? They don't even have a fucking voice. But here's my conspiracy theory here. What if TNA and Spike TV leaked this out on purpose? When's the last time you heard anyone talk about TNA as much as they did this week? Just something to consider. And then Dixie Carter, 24 plus hours later, she fucking goes on Twitter and says, negotiations with that Spike TV are ongoing. Stay tuned and be sure to tune in this Thursday for Ultimate X on Impact on Spike. All right, so here's my thing, Dixie. You're, if I could consider to be a social media genius by yourself, you gotta fucking hit this up earlier. You can't wait 24 hours unless, of course, it's a conspiracy or she really has no idea. And Bob Ryder says, reports are not true. Negotiations with Spike TV are ongoing. And, of course, Viacom said the same thing. Per Viacom company policy, we don't comment on ongoing negotiations. Now, here's my thing. Maybe TMZ fucked up. I doubt it. I really do. Maybe they leaked it out on purpose to get people talking. But if you go, Dixie Carter and Bob Ryder said it, it has to be true. Dude, do you know half their fucking roster? I've already talked to like 3 or 4 fucking members of the roster. No one believes Dixie Carter or Bob Ryder. They're just fucking liars. So it's one of those things, the drama builds up. Some people are like, I believe Dixie Carter over Bob Ryder. Why? Why? Why do you believe them? So hopefully, and you know what? I hope they re-sign with Spike. But above all, I hope and pray to the professional wrestling god Terry Funk that you learn from your mistakes. And New York City, they seem to be ironing out those mistakes little by little. So, you know what? I want TNA to survive. I want TNA to get a television deal. I would like to even see it on Spike TV. I want to see TNA improve. But with that said, I hope this drama and these hard times humbles them a bit, but gets them on the right track. You know, sometimes you want to see your kids, you know, when your kids fail and fall on their face, sometimes you're like, oh, well, that's cool now. You can do the right fucking thing. That's how I feel about fucking TNA. I want them to succeed. I want them to be on Spike TV. I want them to improve. But if they didn't have money problems, they wouldn't have improved. New York City would have never happened. If Spike TV didn't fucking complain, they wouldn't improve. Dixie Carter has had a very easy life. And you know what? Sometimes being challenged brings out the best in you. And I hope it brings out the best in Dixie Carter. Another story on Kocosports. TNA's Director of Creative Writing, Dave Lagana, hopefully I said that right, Mr. What is it? I Love Pro Wrestling, I Like Pro Wrestling, oh, I Want Pro Wrestling podcast back in the day, allegedly approaches ROH for a job. Of course, everyone's going to deny this, but this ship might be sinking fast, so allegedly there. Also, another big rumor going around was Spike TV hated Vince Russo, and all these TNA fans were like, hey, fucking there's no way they're only going to fire him over one guy. Have you ever worked in television? Have you ever worked in television? Have you not listened to Spike TV, Viacom, and UFC negotiations? Are you fucking kidding me? This whole, I don't think Spike TV would be that petty. I don't think Viacom would be that petty. Do you know why every fucking actor doesn't give an opinion on everything? Because they are that fucking petty. They are that petty. Why do you think if you're like, oh, I don't like apple juice, and then you go on Jimmy Kimmel and like, I always loved apple juice. Apple juice is my favorite. Why do you think actors do that? Because they are that fucking petty. It's the most petty fucking bullshit in the world. Oh, television's not that fucking petty. Whenever someone says that, they've never worked in television. That's it. That's it. Ask anyone who worked in television, be like, are they that petty? Fuck yeah, they're that petty. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck. They're not that fucking petty. Okay. I'm on Jimmy Kimmel crying. I'm wrong. Jimmy Kimmel's become the new fucking Oprah Winfrey. I said a joke and fucking people were offended. Dude, Hollywood's the most fucking petty fucking place ever. And you're like, oh, they're not that petty. But anyway, Vince Russo tweets this out. Officially done with TNA. Today they suggested a break. I declined. And finality was better for me. Details coming soon. And hopefully he does give details. But let me... Oh, we have Vince Russo? Oh, pipe him in. Pipe him in. We got Vince Russo, people. Hey, Vince. Yeah, you got, you know, I guess, you know, you were suggested to take a break and you left. Can you explain what happened? Oh, you see what happened, bro? Bro, not my fault. Spike to me. Bro, not my fault. Bro, not my fault. Oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to your podcast. Please, tell me when it's on the air. I can't wait, bro. There you go. Exclusive. Fucking Vince Russo. Nothing's his fault, bro. That should be your shirt. He has a shirt on his website. Fire Russo? No, I want a shirt that says, Nothing's my fault, bro. Vince Russo. All right, well, there you go. And, yeah, so, once again, it got this drama, this off-air drama, it got us talking more than anything. And then, two MMA little pieces of news, because, you know, Spike TV and Viacom love Bellator. And there is a rumor that Viacom loves Bellator because they basically own it, and this might be a power move to own TNA. They might just be like, oh, we'll just own it if we're going to fucking promote it. Because the thing with Viacom is, and I don't believe this, but it's their way of thinking, they think they made MMA and UFC. They believe that. They're like, if it wasn't for us, it wouldn't have fucking succeeded. Is it true? Is it not true? Hey, that's a fucking 12-hour debate and a half. But they believe that. And they believe that they had success with Raw and all that. They believe it was all them. They are that confident, and they've said it before. So it would be interesting if maybe they just buy TNA. Just be like, all right, thank you, we own it now. But I don't know. Dixie's had plenty of great opportunities to leave with her head held high, and she's failed a bunch. So despite, just two MMA notes here about Bellator, despite recent turmoil with Spike TV, Tito Ortiz planning a September return to TNA. And I imagine no one is that excited. I love Tito Ortiz more than a straight man should. And he's a Kocosports Hall of Famer. You just check out our Combat Sports Hall of Fame site, our section. And I love Tito Ortiz more than anything. I do not want to see him in TNA. Not at all. Not at all. Fucking stop. Stop. Not gonna fucking happen. But it is gonna happen, and I don't know. Hopefully they land on Spike TV, and hopefully improve it. There is an interview. It's on Kocosports.net, but it's from our friends, The Fight Nerd. You can check them out on YouTube, The Fight Nerd, and TheFightNerd.com, but it's also on Kocosports.net. I wonder if I could plug enough websites. And check it out on Google, YouTube, fucking MySpace, Friendster. All right, but our good friend, The Fight Nerd, he did an interview with Quentin Jackson, and he fucking pretty much buried TNA and just talked about how he was lied to. You know, it's a very good read. It's a very good thing. And also, an RF video is giving up a preview of the Christopher Daniels Kazarian shoot interview. And I don't know, Christopher Daniels is there sometimes by himself, the Kazarian's sometimes there by himself, and sometimes they're together. Really interesting. And I don't really support RF video, but just hear the things they say. And it's so funny, too, because all these TNA loyalists, these TNA loyalists that tweet out everything and think everything is great, dude, the workers ain't even that loyal to the company. They're just like, oh, all right, we'll see. All right, so there you go. Let's go to some live comments and wrap this bad boy up. All right. Hard times, baby, hard times. So I guess he's talking about TNA. Bam. Bam. There we go. Let's see. When a bizhead... Okay, Mr. the King. Honestly, them losing the deal could be a blessing in disguise. maybe, but history's not on their side. History's not on their side. Everyone's saying, especially this TNA loyalist, oh, the fucking switching networks is going to be great because Spike TV doesn't fucking advertise. All right, first off, just what fucking world do you live in? What world do you live in? How fucking great must it be to be a TNA fan and live in that fucking world? It could be a blessing in disguise for the fans. It could be a blessing in disguise later down the road. But it's not a blessing in disguise right away. They're uncertain of the future. They're uncertain. You got the UK television deal, the Tokyo television deal, all these worldwide television deals be like, well, if Spike drops you, what about our contracts? And, no, it's not a blessing in disguise. And if they stay in Spike TV's got them by the short and curly, so TNA is still going to be Spike TV's bitch. And if they go somewhere else, they're not going to get a great deal. I mean, WWE didn't even get a great deal. I do not see this as a blessing in disguise. I can see they can rebound and be better and learn from their mistakes, but that's a huge what if. But as far as those people like, blessing in disguise, Spike TV doesn't advertise us, blah, 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 that's just fucking wrong. You just don't live in fucking reality. You do not live in fucking reality. So yeah, I hope in the long run they stay with Spike. I hope in the long run they improve. But no, to say, wow, it's better, it's this, it's that, it's just no. It's not a blessing at all. This is beyond stress. And the only way it's a blessing is if they're doing it on purpose. But I just don't. Maybe Spike TV is this smart. I don't give TNA enough credit for being this smart. But maybe Spike TV is like, all right, let's just get fucking people talking about it. Maybe ratings will go up. Maybe people check it out. Because even people on YouTube that hate TNA, people are like, you're a TNA hater. If I'm a TNA hater, then fucking everyone's a TNA hater. But fucking, even people that blatantly say they hate TNA don't want it to go out of business. So maybe it was a good move. I mean, the only way it's a blessing in disguise is if fucking Spike TV and TNA are laughing their asses off. But really, do you think TNA can pull this off? I mean, did you not just see the Sonata storyline? That's their creative team. Maybe Spike TV is that smart. I don't know. Mike Ashman, I am Mikey. TNA Destination was dope tonight. I give it a win. I truly believe from a diehard weekly pay-per-viewer and seeing TNA evolve over a decade plus, I see it like these people that claim to be businessmen / women are terrible at their job and have snakes and lies that will kill them by 2015 if they do not clean this shit fest. However, the talent and the production of the New York City shows just keep getting better and better, and I'm happy the X Division, or what is left of the X Division, got to shine tonight. I agree with most of that. I gave it a win with some complaints. I just wish they gave the finals on this show. I wish they bumped some stuff and got rid of stuff, but, that's nitpicking. Like I said, I gave it a win with complaints. But, yeah, New York City, with them losing Hogan and a lot of big contracts, them going to New York City, having to prove something, trying to win over diehard loyal fans, they are really improving in New York City. You know what sucks? If they do lose the TV deal and they do go out of business or go somewhere small, it would suck because it's one of those too little, too late things, and it will just make it's just sad. Brian fucking Cage returning to TNA. TNA better keep the PWG talent on speed dial. All right, well, I hope so. Andy Paps. Dave, you're awesome. I love your rants. Well, thank you. You are way too kind, Mr. Paps. And Mr. The King says, last time Tito Ortiz was relevant, you could hear a penny drop. Oh, you mean last time he appeared? I thought, okay, I understand. Last time he appeared. Because when he was relevant, he was really over as the People's Champ, UFC, one-time best. All right, I see what you did there. So last time he came, yeah, dude, that was probably one of the worst fucking things ever. I love Tito Ortiz, but no. Just be like Rampage Jackson and get out of here. All right, let's see. Google plus whatever, chat. Yo, just have a rumor that ain't online yet, but a Canadian network is looking to get TNA exclusive for Canadian market. So it would offset TNA's loss of income slightly from what's going down with Spike. All right, so we have a guy who works in Canadian television, and he is telling me. Now, like I said, this is just a friend who works in Canadian television sending me this message. But he says there is a rumor that ain't online yet, but a Canadian network is looking to get T-Day exclusive for the Canadian market, because Canadians love pro wrestling. Thank you so much, Canada, for the support. So it would offset T-Day's loss of income slightly from what's going down on Spike. All right, well, you heard it here first, folks. Rumors from someone who works in Canadian television, and I don't want to give too much details because sometimes when I was in radio, I used to fucking be like, "And my friend Bob, who's vice president of Spike TV," they're like, "Oh, thanks, asshole. Now I'm losing my job because I sent you a fucking piece of information," and I'm like, "Yeah, no." But so there's rumors, strong rumors, I guess. But we'll see where Spike TV goes. I think TNA does a great job overseas. I just think they have to fucking figure something out for the American market. I mean, they're on G+, which is a giant thing in Japan. They got a giant channel in the UK. They got tremendous numbers in India. In Canada, they just love pro wrestling more than life itself. You know, it's like, this is how it is in Canada. Hockey, pro wrestling, the rest of stuff. God, family, whatever, the rest of stuff. So there you go. And maybe one day, the mighty of pro wrestling will beat hockey in Canada. Mike Ashman says, besides the stressful mainstream pro wrestling drama, at least we have New Japan G1 Climax. Dude, go there. And matter of fact, I'll try to put a link in there. I'll put a link. I'll put it on Kocosports. Someone in California is doing English commentary on a match here and there. He did Okada versus Styles night 1. So hopefully it'll get more people in there. But yeah, the G1 Climax is absolutely fantastic. I will find Jerry O'Neill and personally stab him in the fucking neck with a pencil to make sure that our VOD and results section is up. All right. Upcoming major ROH events at PWG Battle of Los Angeles. Support Indies, support New Japan Wrestling. Yes. And I have to start doing more reviews. I'm kind of a bitch. I like to do a show a day and cover all this and all that. You know what? I have to. Who gives a fuck if no one watches it? I have to do more Indies and New Japan shows. So, appreciate it, Mike Ashman. But yeah, for those wanting to check out New Japan, I will put up links to English commentary. He did 2 matches. I think, I forget what the other match was, but the first match he did was AJ Styles versus Okada night 1. It wasn't their best match, but still, you got to see it in English commentary, and I know that is a factor for a lot of people. I see a lot of pro wrestling fans like, oh, I love New Japan, I love Dragon Gate, but I don't understand what's going on, and I'm confused, and confusing scares me. I'm going to run back to WWE and hug it really tight. I don't know if they all say that, but it feels like that's what they say. All right, so yeah, please check out TNA News, Pro Wrestling News, MMA News, Sumo News, all combat sports news at Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com. It's where the world comes to get cash, your home for combat sports, and where it's okay to be a passionate fan. All right, I think that's it. If there's no more live comments, I'm just going to wrap this bad boy up. Bam, we'll check one more time. All right, this is the last comment. Mike Ashman's getting last comment of the night. Everything else will be moved to Stump the Idiot. Sorry that we didn't do a Stump the Idiot this week or earlier. It's just I was sick in the hospital, and I did a show every day for like more than a month. And the last day of July, I got sick and had to go to the hospital. So the Bo Dallas' streak ended, and me doing a show every day streak ended. Hard times, hard times. All right, Mike Ashman, you got the last comment of the day. Canada is pro-rest country. I could see Bell Media handling that, as we have MTV Canada and Much Music, our major Canadian music stations. And WWE Network is looking to save their ass with Rogers TV Network. So it's a toss-up with those 2 networks. So we'll see. We'll see. I wish I could tell you where my friend works. But like I said, I've worked radio before, and you know how people are like, oh, in television, people ain't that petty for Vince Russo. Oh, trust me, they're that petty. Nothing sucks more than having your like 38-year-old friend who is like high up on the television rankings be like, yeah, they heard your podcast and I'm fired. Now, granted, I'm being delusional. A lot more people heard me on radio than on YouTube. But still, you know what? Let a boy have his delusions. Anyway, go to Kocosports.com. Jerry O'Neill, David Cooey, they've been busting their asses off making that site amazing. and we just keep on making plans to improve it. I will be doing an NXT review within 24 hours, and also a SmackDown review, and hopefully I'll sneak in some other videos. And for the internet inventory, I promised you I would do a show every day for the rest of my life, and I let you down. You know, I have to eat the crow. I was in the hospital, and I apologize that I missed a day. Anyway, hopefully I'll never miss a day again. All right. Actually, I think this month I'm going on vacation with my family for 3 to 4 days, so pre-warn you. The streak might have to start again in September. All right, now I'm just rambling on. I love you, Internet Inventory. Thank you for the live comments. Please like, comment, subscribe, and go to Kocosports.com and make it your new religion. All right, that should probably not be our catchphrase. Someone might get mad. But go to Kocosports.com. There's Jerry O'Neill, David Cooey busting their ass. All right, thank you. And with that, I am over. Bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 bum.